So all over the town already.
Though, Sir Peter, you were certainly vastly to blame to marry at all at your years.
Sir, what business is that of yours?
However, as Sir Peter made so good a husband, he's very much to be pitied.
Lay on your pity, Mum. I desire none of it.
But, Sir Peter, you must not mind our laughter and jest.
Yes, sir, I desire to be master in my own house.
'Tis no uncommon case, that's one comfort.
I insist on being left to myself. Without ceremony, I insist on you leaving my house immediately.
Well, we're going. And depend on't, we'll make the best report of you we can.
Leave my house.
And tell how hardly you've been treated.
Leave my house.
How patiently you bear it.
Fiends, vipers, furies. Oh, that their own venom would choke them.
They are very provoking indeed, Sir Peter.
I heard high words. What has ruffled you, Sir Peter?
Shush. What signifies asking?
Well, we're not inquisitive. I come only to tell you that I've seen both my nephews in the manner we propose.
A precious couple they are.
Yes, and Sir Oliver is convinced that your judgment was right, Sir Peter.
Yes, I find Joseph's indeed the man after all.
Yes, as Sir Peter says, he's a man of sentiment.
And acts up to the sentiments he professes.
It certainly is edification to hear him talk.
Oh, he is a model for the young men of the age. But how's this, Sir Peter? You don't join in your friend Joseph's praise as I expected?
Sir Oliver, we live in a damned wicked world, and the fewer we praise, the better. I see by your sneering you've heard the whole affair.
Then to fret you no longer, we are indeed acquainted with it all. I met Lady Teazle coming from Mr. Surface's, so humbled that she asked me to be her advocate with you.
Does Sir Oliver know all too?
Every circumstance?
What, of the book chest and the screen, eh?
Yes, yes, and the little French milliner. Oh, I was vastly diverted with the story.
It was very pleasant.
I never laughed more in my life, I assure you.
Oh, vastly diverting.
To be sure, Joseph with his sentiments.
Yeah, Joseph with his sentiments. Hypocritical villain.
Egad, Sir Peter, I should like to have seen your face when the screen was thrown down.
Oh, yeah, my face when the screen was thrown down. No, I must never show me head again.
Oh, but come. It isn't fair to laugh at you, my old friend. Though upon my soul, I can't help it.
Oh, pray, don't constrain your mirth on my account. It doesn't hurt me at all. I think being a standing jest to all one's acquaintance a very happy situation. Oh, yes. And then in the morning to read the paragraphs about Mr. S. and Lady T. and Sir P. will be most entertaining.
If you were to care less for society's opinions, you would ignore the ridicule of fools. But I see Lady Teazle coming towards us. I'm sure you must desire a reconciliation as earnestly as she does.
Perhaps my being here prevents her speaking with you, but you must all come presently to Joseph's, where I am now returning, if not to reclaim a libertine, at least to expose hypocrisy.
She's not coming back, you see, Rolly.
No, but she has left the door of that room open, you perceive. See? She's in tears.
Certainly a little mortification appears very becoming in a wife. Don't you think it would do her good to let her pine a little?
Oh, this is ungenerous in you.
Well, I know not what to think. You remember, Rolly, the letter I found of hers evidently intended for Charles.
A mere forgery, Sir Peter, laid in your way on purpose. This is one of the points on which I intend Snake to give confirmation.
I wish I were once satisfied of that. She looks this way. What a remarkably elegant turn of the head she has. Rolly, I'll go to her.
Certainly.
Though when it is known that we are reconciled, people will laugh at me 10 times more.
Let them laugh and rebuke their malice by showing you are happy in spite of it.
If faith and I will.
Good.
And we may yet be the happiest couple in the country.
Impossible. Sir Peter will be immediately reconciled to Charles, and consequently no longer oppose his marriage with Maria. The thought is distraction to me.
Can passion furnish a remedy?
No, nor cunning either. Oh, I was a fool, an idiot to join with such a blunderer.
But Lady Sneerwell, I am the greatest sufferer, yet you see I bear the misfortune with calmness.
Because the disappointment doesn't reach your heart.
But why should your reproaches fall on me for this disappointment?
Are you not the cause of it? Why did you check your pursuit of Maria to seduce Lady Teazle, by the way? Had you not sufficient scope for your roguery in deluding Sir Peter and supplanting your brother? I hate such an avarice of crimes. 'Tis an unfair monopoly and never prospers.
Well, I admit I deviated from the direct road of wrong. But I don't think we're so totally defeated, neither.
No.
You tell me that you've talked with Snake and that he's prepared to swear that Charles is already engaged to marry you.
I do believe so.
And you have these former letters from Charles to support the claim.
They indeed might have assisted.
Come, all is not lost yet. But hark, this is probably my uncle, Sir Oliver. Retire to that room.
Well, but if he should find you out too.
Oh, have no fear of that. Sir Peter will hold his tongue for his own credit's sake. And you may depend on it, I shall soon discover Sir Oliver's weak side.
I have no diffidence of your abilities. Only be constant to one roguery at a time.
I will! Oh. So, it is confounded hard, after such bad fortune, to be baited by one's confederate in evil. Well, at any rate, my character is so much better than Charles's that I certainly... Hey, what? This is not Sir Oliver, but old Stanley again. Plague on't! We shall have Sir Oliver come and find him here, and gad's life, Mr. Stanley, why have you come back to plague me at this time? You must not stay now.
Sir, I hear your Uncle Oliver is expected, and though he has been so penurious to you, I'll try what he'll do for me.
Sir, it is impossible for you to stay, so I must beg, come any other time, and I promise you shall be assisted.
No, Sir Oliver and I must be acquainted.
Zoom, sir! Then I insist on your quitting this room directly.
Nay, sir!
Sir, I insist! William, show this gentleman out. Since you compel me, sir, not one moment. This is such insolence.
Hey, what's the matter now? What the devil? Have you got hold of my friend, the broker here? Zoons, brother, don't hurt Mr. Premium. What's the matter now, my good fellow?
So he's been with you too, has he?
To be sure he has, but sure, brother, you've not been borrowing money too, have you?
Borrowing? No, but brother, you know, we expect Sir Oliver here every...
Yeah, that's true.
Yet Mr. Stanley insists.
Stanley, why his name's Premium?
No, Stanley.
No, Premium.
Well, no matter which, but Death, here's Sir Oliver at the door. Now I beg, Mr. Stanley.
I beg Mr. Premium!
Gentlemen!
This way. By heaven, you shall go.
Out with him, certainly.
This violence!
It is your own fault.
Out with him, to be sure.
What, my old friend, Sir Oliver? Hey, what in the name of wonder? Here are dutiful nephews assault their uncle at the first visit.
Indeed, Sir Oliver, 'twas well we came in to rescue you.
Truly it was. For I perceive, Sir Oliver, the character of old Stanley was no protection to you.
Nor a Premium either. The necessities of poor old Stanley could not extort a shilling from that benevolent gentleman. And now, egad, I stood a chance of faring worse than my ancestors and being knocked down without being bid for.
Charles.
Joseph?
It is now complete.
Very. Sir Peter, me friend, and Rowley, too, look on that elder nephew of mine. You know already what he has received from me bounty. You know also how gladly I would have placed half my fortune in trust for him. Judge then me disappointment in discovering him to be destitute of truth, charity, and gratitude.
Sir Oliver, I should be more surprised at this declaration if I had not myself found him selfish, treacherous, and hypocritical.
And if the gentleman plead not guilty to these, pray let him call me to assess his character.
If they talk this way to honesty, what will they say to me by and by?
As for that prodigal, his brother, there...
Aye, now comes my turn.
Sir Oliver, uncle, will you afford me a hearing?
What?
Now, if Joseph would make one of his long speeches, I might collect myself a little.
I suppose you would undertake to justify yourself entirely?
I trust I could.
Oh! Well, sir, and you could justify yourself too, I suppose.
Not that I know of, Sir Oliver.
What? Mr. Premium has been let too much into the secret, I presume.
True, sir. But they were family secrets and should never be mentioned again, you know.
Oh, come, Sir Oliver, you cannot speak of Charles's follies with anger.
Nor with levity either. Sir Peter, do you know the rogue bargained with me for all his ancestors? Sold me judges and generals by the foot and maiden aunts as cheap as broken china.
To be sure, sir, I did make a little free with the family canvas. There's the truth on't. But believe me sincere when I tell you that if I do not appear mortified at the exposure of my follies, It is because I feel at this moment the warmest satisfaction in seeing you, my liberal benefactor.
Charles, embrace me again. The ill-looking fellow in the red coat has made your peace.
Then, sir, my gratitude to the original is increased.
Yet I believe Sir Oliver here is one to whom Charles is still more anxious to be reconciled.
Oh, I have heard of his attachment there, and with the young lady's pardon, if I construe right that blush...
Well, child, speak your sentiments.
Sir, I have little to say, but that I shall rejoice in hearing he is happy. For me, whatever claim I had to his affections, I willingly resign to one who has a better title.
Maria!
Hey, what's the mystery now?
His own heart and Lady Sneerwell know the cause.
Lady Sneerwell?
Brother, it is with great reluctance I'm obliged to speak on this point. But my regard to justice compels me. And Lady Sneerwell's injuries can no longer be concealed.
So another French milliner. Egad, he has one in every room in the house, I suppose.
Ungrateful Charles. Well, may you be surprised and feel for the indelicate situation your perfidy has forced me into.
Pray, Uncle, is this another plot of yours? For as I have life, I don't understand it.
I believe, sir, there needs but one person more to make the evidence extremely clear.
And that person, I imagine, is Mr. Snake. Rowley, you were perfectly right to bring him with us. Pray let him enter.
Walk in, Mr. Snake. I thought his testimony might be wanted. However, it happens unluckily that he comes to confront Lady Sneerwell and not to support her.
Well, speak, fellow. Have you too conspired against me?
I beg your ladyship 10,000 pardons. You paid me extremely liberally for the lie in question, but unfortunately I've been offered double. To speak the truth.
Plot and counterplot, egad.
The torments of shame and disappointment on you all.
Before you go, Lady Sneerwell, let me thank you for the trouble you and this gentleman have taken in writing letters to me from Charles and answering them yourself. And let me also request you to make my respects to the School for Scandal, of which you are president. And inform them that Lady Teazle, licentiate, begs leave to return the diploma they granted her, as she leaves off practice and kills reputations no longer.
You too, madam. Provoking. Insolent. May your husband live these 50 years.
Ooms, what a fury.
A malicious creature indeed.
Hey, not for a last wish.
Oh, no.
Well, sir, and what have you to say now?
Sir, I am so confounded to find that Lady Sneerwell could be guilty of suborning Mr. Snake in this manner to impose on us all that I know not what to say. However, lest her revengeful spirit should prompt her to injure my brother, I had certainly better follow her directly.
Moral to the last drop.
Aye, and marry her, Joseph, if you can. Oil and vinegar, egad, they'll do very well together.
Before I go, I beg pardon once for all for whatever uneasiness I have been the humble instrument of causing.
Well, you made atonement by doing a good deed at last.
But I must request of the company that it should never be known.
Hey, what the plague? Are you ashamed of having done a right thing once in your life?
Consider, sir. I live by the badness of my character. I have nothing but my infamy to depend on. And if it were once known that I'd been betrayed into an honest action, I should lose every friend I have in the world.
Well, we'll not malign you by saying anything in your praise, never fear.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
There's a precious rogue. Yet that fellow's a writer and a critic.
You see, Sir Oliver, there needs no persuasion now to reconcile your nephew and Maria.
Aye, that's as it should be. And egad, we'll have the wedding tomorrow morning.
Thank you, my dear uncle.
And may you live as happily together as Lady Teazle and I intend to do. Charles, after your honeymoon, I hope you'll come and join us in the country.
The country?
Yeah, you too, Sir Oliver. I'm sure we shall be happy to welcome you all. Hey, Lady Teazle?
Why, to be sure, Sir Peter.
Maria, honest Rowley always said Charles would reform.
Why, as to reforming, Sir Peter, I'll make no promises. By which I mean that I intend to set about it And here shall be my monitor.
Here's to the couple whose fortunes we prize. Here's to their marriage tomorrow. Here's to the routing of gossip and lies, and to the drowning of sorrow. Scandal is dead, scandal is dead, and marriage will prove an excuse for the men. Some say that our devil's rashly low, and their claim he gambled his cash he owes for the bed. Seven goals, we don't take no risk to have a town. Hide on the bridal chase, win a place for the bed, for the bed, for the bed. So fill every bumper right up to the brim, and let us toast them together.